Tonight, there's no doubt in anyone's mind that Eddie would want the show to go on, and so it shall. Tonight, as we pay tribute to the memory of Eddie Guerrero.
But when a beloved wrestler passes away, it impacts everyone, from the fans that follow that wrestler through their career to the wrestlers who worked with that particular talent and potentially inspired them to get involved in pro wrestling.
He was someone that helped all of us in our growing process, every single one of us.
Now, over the years, there have been some extremely classy tributes paid to deceased wrestlers through entrance attire and name drops in promos to even borrowing one of their iconic moves.
Alexa runs right in to Natalia. No way. Double team, Peyton with a heart attack.
But which ones were they? Join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at 10 most classiest WWE tributes paid to a deceased wrestler. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists.
They made my list. Viva la raza!
Number 1. Ronda Rousey tributes the late great Rowdy Piper.
Only thing I want from you is for you to be as successful as you want to be and as happy as you possibly can.
The friendship between the late great Rowdy Roddy Piper and Ronda Rousey started when Ronda called Piper and requested that she use his Rowdy nickname. Speaking on a 2014 podcast interview, Piper stated, "She called me and asked permission. She was so sweet. She said, 'I promise I won't let you down. I'll keep the name in the esteem that it's supposed to be.'" What followed was a fantastic friendship that was built on respect and admiration.
Admired him and the way he was able to, just entirely capture your attention, your imagination, and it was impossible to look away.
However, following Piper's passing in 2015, Ronda did whatever she could to pay tribute to the WWE Hall of Famer, and this included dedicating her UFC wins to him.
I just want to say we lost a really close friend, Roddy Piper, who gave me permission to use his name as a fighter, and so I hope him and my dad had a good time watching this today.
When Ronda would sign with the WWE in 2018, she would use an entrance attire extremely similar to that of Piper's to pay tribute in the most classiest way possible.
The rumors are true. Ronda Rousey is here.
She even used Piper's own ring jacket for her appearances at the Royal Rumble 2018 and WrestleMania 35 respectively. Number 2. MVP tributes Shad Gaspard.
That protector, but yet that person that makes sure everybody has a good time, and that's what he did for me. So he kind of like welcomed me into the group. Shad's just gonna be missed, man. He's gonna be missed forever.
Now, the passing of Shad Gaspard hit everyone hard. Shad passed away as a hero, and he had a close relationship with a lot of people in WWE. One of the wrestlers that Shad was close with was MVP.
Shad to Araya is already a superhero, and now that's, his dad is the ultimate hero.
As on the Raw following Shad's passing, MVP decided to wear a Shad t-shirt in a fitting tribute for his backstage interview. The t-shirt was available from Pro Wrestling Tees, and all the proceeds went to Shad's family. MVP would then take to Instagram to discuss the tribute and stating, "I want to say thank you to Robert Spearson. I called him for a big favor, and in less than 48, he had the art for this t-shirt done. He's a great guy and multi-talented." Number 3. Bronson Reed pays tribute to Bam Bam Bigelow. For Bronson Reed's NXT TakeOver debut at TakeOver 30, Bronson decided to pay tribute to one of his wrestling heroes, that hero being the Beast from the East, Bam Bam Bigelow.
So tonight, TakeOver 30, one night only, Bam Bam Bronson is going to take the ring.
Bronson wore a pair of tights and jacket inspired by Bam Bam's iconic gear from the 90s. The gear featured yellow, red and purple flames at the side of the singlet. Now, fans were quick to notice the gear, and so was the NXT commentary team, with Beth Phoenix referencing Bam Bam when Bronson hit a dive to the outside with the line,
"The Beast from the East would be proud."
During a behind-the-scenes YouTube video, Bronson stated that some people dress up as superheroes, but he simply wanted to dress as someone who inspired him to be a wrestler.
So people like Bam Bam were such an inspiration for me, but now I'm hoping that I can be an inspiration for a whole new generation of little thick boys and girls.
Number 4. Dean Ambrose tributes Dusty Rhodes.
This week, this industry
lost a legend. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
The 2015 passing of the American Dream Dusty Rhodes hit WWE very hard. Dusty had a great relationship with a lot of young talent thanks to his contributions to the NXT brand. This meant that a lot of younger superstars saw Dusty as a father figure. And one of the most classiest tributes following his passing came from the Money in the Bank pay-per-view in 2015, as Dean Ambrose had just lost a ladder match for the WWE title against Seth Rollins.
It was about taking what's yours, what you deserve, what you feel that you earned, what you know in your heart and your soul that you deserve.
Ambrose then proceeded to get on the mic and do his own version of the Hard Times promo to pay tribute to the American Dream. Ambrose stated, "When I stole that championship belt a couple of weeks ago, it was about respect. It was about taking what you feel you earned. Now life ain't always fair, and I'm right here in Ohio, and you people know life isn't always fair. You can't get a car loan because on a technicality you don't have a good enough credit score, so now you gotta walk to work. Your children gotta walk to school on a technicality. Your boss pushes you around, and even though you're better at his job than he is, and he talks to you like an idiot, but he's the boss on a technicality." The promo would go on to receive rave reviews from the fans who felt the tribute was the best promo of Ambrose's entire WWE career. Number 5. Sasha Banks tributes Eddie Guerrero. Now it's well established that Sasha Banks cites Eddie Guerrero as her personal wrestling hero.
Eddie Guerrero inspired me to become a WWE superstar. While I grew up watching him, there was an instant connection.
Speaking in a 2019 interview with The Independent, she stated, "I wouldn't be here as a person if it wasn't for Eddie Guerrero. It's cool to see when I do an autograph signing, people actually get me to sign things for Eddie, yet there are a lot of people who've never seen an Eddie Guerrero match. We talk about it and they want to go and watch, and that makes me over the moon. I want everyone to know how amazing he was and how much of an influence he was on my career."
And now I'm here wearing Eddie Guerrero's gear. And I'm about to go live one of my biggest dreams of my whole life.
It came as no surprise when Sasha decided to pay tribute to Eddie during her WrestleMania debut at WrestleMania 32. Sasha would wear an attire extremely similar to the gear that Eddie wore when he won the WWE title at 2004's No Way Out pay-per-view. Sasha would even hit one of Eddie's trademark frog splashes in the match as an additional nod to the WWE legend. Number 6. Raquel Gonzalez tributes China. NXT star Raquel Gonzalez would make her NXT TakeOver debut at the In Your House edition of the event. The event featured numerous throwbacks to In Your House events over yesteryear, including the old set, which was beloved by so many fans in the late 90s. Raquel for the event decided to pay tribute to the late great 8th wonder of the world, China. She did this by wearing an attire almost identical to the attire China wore for her debut at In Your House 13 in 1997. This was an extremely classy tribute, and it was appropriate as Raquel has been compared to China by a lot of fans of the NXT product.
Doing a good job of hiding behind Raquel Gonzalez, who's giving me 9th wonder of the world vibes tonight.
Number 7. CM Punk tributes the Macho Man. The tragic passing of Macho Man Randy Savage in 2011 left a massive hole in the wrestling universe. Randy Savage was one of the greatest of all time and an inspiration to a lot of the roster at the time of his unfortunate passing, and still stands as an inspiration to the current WWE roster.
The reason I'm sitting here right now is because of Macho Man Randy Savage.
Randy was a team player. He was a hero to me. I think he was a hero to most of the guys in the dressing room.
WWE paid tribute to the former champion by playing a video package honoring the life and times of Macho to the sound of The Scientist by Coldplay. However, it was CM Punk's tribute that fans felt went the extra mile. Punk, for the main event of Raw following Macho's passing, wore an outfit similar to Macho's WrestleMania 3 attire with pink trunks and yellow boots. Punk would then begin to use the top rope elbow in all his matches moving forward as a tribute to the Hall of Famer. Number 8. Peyton Royce tributes Eddie Guerrero. Peyton Royce alongside Sasha Banks cite the legendary Eddie Guerrero as one of their biggest inspirations for getting into the wrestling industry. Speaking on Lillian Garcia's podcast, Peyton stated, "He was so charismatic. He would make me feel happy. He would make me laugh. He was so amazing to watch in the ring. He was so athletic and entertaining. I wanted to be able to speak Spanish actually. I'm taking Spanish now. I wanted to take Spanish in school because I wanted to talk like him. He was a big inspiration for my life." Peyton and Royce decided to pay tribute to Eddie during her WrestleMania debut at WrestleMania 35 and wore a similar attire to Eddie's iconic 2005 heel run with black tights with light color flames on the side.
And now the Iconics, Billy Kay! Oh my God!
Peyton and Royce alongside Billy Kay would go on to win the match and win the women's tag team titles, making the moment even more special. Number 9, Ricochet pays tribute to Eddie Guerrero. The October 12, 2020 edition of Raw featured Ricochet facing Cedric Alexander to win the added stipulation that if Ricochet lost, he would be forced to join the Hurt Business stable.
I've seen this before! Oh, this is great! Wait a minute!
The match saw Ricochet win via DQ after tossing a steel chair to Cedric and then making it look as if Cedric had knocked him down with a chair. The finish was a tribute to Eddie Guerrero's allied cheat and steal gimmick. Following the match, Ricochet took to Twitter to address the finish and explained that Eddie was a massive inspiration to him. He stated, "It's no secret that Eddie Guerrero was an inspiration to me and so many before and after me, so it was an honor to be able to pay homage to an all-time great. Hashtag thank you Eddie." And number 10, WWE pays tribute to Howard Finkel.
Edge. Orton. I think the story writes itself, don't you?
WWE went all out to make the greatest match ever between Edge and Randy Orton at Backlash 2020 feel extra special. From the old Madison Square Garden microphone and the old school referee outfit, it truly felt like a big fight feel. One of the other things WWE did was use the late great Howard Finkel's voice for the ring introductions.
From Toronto, Canada, weighing 240 pounds,
It was a classy move to use Finkel in this way, as it was a great way to introduce the voice of Finkel to a whole new generation. Edge revealed the reasoning behind this. We're going to have the old MSG microphone come down and we're going to have Howard Finkel audio introducing Randy and I, because how do you even contemplate calling this the greatest wrestling match ever unless you have Howard Finkel introducing it?
That was my mindset, and a tribute to Howard, because the first time I heard Howard introduce my name, and especially the first time I won a title here, arm hairs go up.
But there you have it guys, 10 of the most classy WWE Wrestler tributes paid to a deceased wrestler. Be sure to leave your comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram and Facebook for exclusive lists, and we'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.